So o Kualii, o Joseph Kualii, Lindsey Camara ko inoa, o mauna kia ku mauna o elu ku uvai, noho au me ku uhana I ka wau maukele o kaumana. So mahalo, I just want to take this opportunity. I don't think the Big Island Video News will be here to catch the public testimony, but I just wanted to say a couple of things on record and make them available for the public. You know, I was here on January 3rd as well, and I gave written testimony. I just want to reiterate that all water sources in Hawaii are public trusts, and that the state of Hawaii has a fiduciary responsibility to use the public trust resources not only for the general public, but specifically for the betterment of Native Hawaiians. And this proposed use does not do any of those things. Looking at the precautionary principle, when you look at the Mauna Kea aquifer, it's a sealed, confined deep aquifer. So even in Mr. Nance's testimony, you hear that he says that when they drill down, they have to cement the cap rock. In this case, it's compressed ash, but that takes a long time, sometimes years, sometimes. And I would argue that it could create a situation where it creates an unsealable leak. 1,000 feet below Mauna Loa is 1,000 feet below ground we're dealing with, and when you so not necessarily contaminate the water, but that fresh water, that resource will leak out continually. And insinuations that they had on there that maybe there's leaks other areas. It's a 400,000 euro system. If there's leaks, it wouldn't be pressurized anymore. So this is a pristine system. It's a pristine system. It's not. It hasn't been damaged, and in my limited understanding, the only damage would be from human drilling into it. So and that is always, no matter what everybody says, there's always a risk that if you tap into this 4,000-year-old confined deep systems, that you will irreparably damage it. The alternatives, these guys have to look at alternatives before issuing access to this water. There's 350 million gallons of Mauna Loa water that's not deep confined aquifer that flows directly beneath the same property. There's no reason that these guys should be going for the Mauna Kea water. So there will be seaworm. I'm using seaworm. Seaworm is the State Commission on Water Resource Management. There's seaworm meetings that will be happening actually this month to kind of address all of these issues about water use. So basically, in my opinion, the current regulating system that we have for water is insufficient. Insufficient for the different geology, for all the different things to consider in Hawaii water sources. Our current system of designations is insufficient. So I really commend Seaworm for doing this and amending their rules. But this is happening this month, and this kind of deep confined water resources, they should all be designated because they're unique systems. We don't fully understand them. They are at the risk of leaking out. There are sealed systems that could provide us with sealed, pristine water for years to come in the event that surface waters get contaminated. So I'm really going to push with Seaworm to have every deep confined aquifer designated because of its value, and also because we don't understand it. We don't understand the risks that tapping into them could cause. You know, so Tom Nance says that this is the Onomea aquifer. It's not the Onomea aquifer. This is a deep confined aquifer, and two things in his own statement will prove this, support this. One, the isotopes that he referred to from the deep water drilling projects will show that this water that they're tapping into is different. The isotopes are 5,000 plus, suggest a 5,000 year age of general. I mean, it's kind of hard to express that, but the average age of the water. So these are old waters. The isotopes would not match the other 18 wells in Onomea. And so those other 18 wells, and the second reason is that this deep confined groundwater system is pressurized. It's pressurized. It's artesian. The other 18 wells in Onomea are not pressurized. They need to pump it. So one, the isotopes will show that this is a different water source. Two, the fact that this is pressurized shows that this is a different source of water. So this is not the Onomea aquifer. And so the area, the recharge area is unknown. The recharge area of this aquifer is unknown by science, but actually Hawaiians know, our kupunas know. The recharge area, this aquifer, is Kaohe. Kaohe is the bamboo, it's a kinolao of Kane. Yeah. So if you look at the ahupua of Kaohe in the mokua of Hamakua, this area, in my best, I mean, from my limited understanding, I'm not a hydrologist, but this area would be the best estimation of the recharge area of the deep confined Mauna Kea aquifer. And to name it after a kinolao of Kane and to say it's sealed shows that it's the Waikapua Kane. Now the Waikapua Kane, what they also said in Tom Nance's statement that there's no connection between Waiau. I did not suggest that Waiau leaks into this. When Waiau is filled by the other Waikapua Kane, Lilinoi, Poliahu, Kahokea, Pu'ukahokea, when they fill Waiau, it comes up as springs, Waihu Spring, and those springs go into Puakuloa Gulch. So the Waikapua Kane, Lilinoi, we got Poliahu, we got Kaopokane. These are all referred to as the Waikapua Kane. Also Waihu Spring, Waikapua Kane, Kaopokane Spring, the Waikapua Kane, Kaulupaipai o Mauna Kea. No, kalamai. Kaulupaipai o Poakua Kane. Spring is all these sources are the Waikapua Kane, and they all flow down into the Puakuloa Plains, which is in Kaohe, and go and feed this aquifer. So I did not suggest that Waiau leaks into this aquifer. It's when they overflow, they go into the Puakuloa Plain. And even if you listen to Tom Nance's statement, he says 6,000 to 6,500 feet is where they think the isotopes come in. That's right. Puhuluhulu is 6,200 feet. It goes, and then so like down on the other side, Pukapele is just below 6,000. So the Puakuloa Plains area is the best estimation for the recharge area for Kaohe, this deep confined Mauna Kea aquifer system. Now I wouldn't expect the Planning Commission to accept my testimony over Tom Nance, but the crux of the matter is nobody on that commission is a hydrologist. Nobody has the expertise to decide on what is the true nature of this aquifer. And this thing has to go before CWRM, the Commission of Water Resource Management. They have to look at this this issue of the deep confined water, the deep confined aquifers. The deep confined aquifers is actually noted in their proposed amendments to the water plan as an area that they do not have enough information on. And I would say the same thing about Tom Nance's statements. I'm not saying he's wrong, but more information is needed. Too much is unknown. So so mahalo. Sorry, that was kind of a rambling mess, but I just wanted to, since there might not be video documentation of my testimony, I wanted to share that with you because Mr. Nance's testimony was very informative, but I think it sometimes it could have been misleading. So you know, I'm not an expert, I'm not a hydrologist, but that's my manao. And mahalo. Aloha.